And the winner of the 2025 Game of the Year award is... not you!
How dare you!
Justice.
What is up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the always optimal Dr. Disaster. And the first Game of the Year award that was handed out this year was given to just about the worst game that I have ever had the curse of seeing, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And of course, the most wretched mainstream media outlets like Game Rant here celebrated this fact big time.
This is where you zip it, all right? The adult is talking.
Naturally, game journalists love to see a game that prioritizes LGBT pandering over any other component. They love to see that receive adulation. Of course, the headlines on most of these articles failed to mention that this award that they won was at the award show called the Gaming Awards. And honestly, that's kind of like letting the Kansas City Chiefs vote on who should be given the Super Bowl trophy this year. Methinks there may be a bit of bias at a show called the Gaming Awards. And no, if you're listening and not seeing the image on the screen here, that is not me making fun of this award show. That is its actual name.
Everybody's always gay with you.
Well, when I heard that the Veilguard was the first Game of the Year winner in 2025, I was afraid that this was a sign of things to come and that all the award shows were going to feature really shitty games that did not deserve that sort of recognition. Easily one of the best games of the year, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, wasn't even nominated for a Game of the Year award yet at the Golden Joysticks.
Pardon me, but that's bullshit.
Well, I do have some good news for once, though. Apparently, the Asians have actually good taste in gaming. The discourse over there hasn't been completely ruined by activists disguised as journalists who openly despise the people that partake in the gaming hobby, calling us all chuds. The news is that over at the Asian Gamescom X Thailand event, Clair Obscur has won its first Game of the Year award. And for all the people out there who are rooting for this year's Dragon Age: The Veilguard, aka Ghost of Yotei, for anyone hoping that that game would even get mentioned and nab one of the side awards at a show like this, like Best Action Game or something like that, well, I've got two words for you.
Tough shit, you know?
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they've been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you look into that, and also, give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. And if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. Anyhow, let's take a peek at Clair Obscur's big win. And to be clear, they really ought to sweep every Game of the Year award that is handed out in 2025. For cripe's sake, look at this game's Metacritic score. Even the game journalists loved this game and gave it a 92 out of 100, and gamers rated it a freaking 9.6 out of 10, which is extremely high. And that is especially impressive when you look at how many people have actually dropped reviews in for that game on this site. They hit a 9.6 on over 21,000 reviews. That is an insane number of people who were motivated enough by their love of this game to drop into Metacritic and say that it kicks ass. For a bit of perspective, here is the Metacritic score for Monster Hunter Wilds. That game was absolutely huge, selling 10 million copies in its first month, and if you look at the user review score, they had only a little over 1,000 people drop reviews for this game. Or look at the reviews for Mario Kart World. That game was obviously huge as well, but they didn't even get 3,000 people reviewing it. And then, if we take a look at how it was received on Steam, you can see that Clair Obscur is overwhelmingly positive, with about a 95% rating on over 170,000 total reviews. And then here is the rating for the game on the PlayStation Network. They achieved a 4.9 out of 5 stars, which is just about the highest score ever on PSN. Suffice to say, this is an extremely popular game, and whatever award show does not give this the Game of the Year basically just doesn't deserve to be taken seriously at all. That being said, as I said before, Clair Obscur didn't even receive a Game of the Year nomination at the Golden Joysticks yet. This here is their list for Game of the Year on console and Game of the Year on PC, both of which Clair Obscur would have been eligible for. But if you look at the list, you will see that they weren't even nominated. Ghost of Yotei got a console Game of the Year nomination, but not Clair Obscur. I'm happy to see that Hollow Knight Silksong is on the list for PC Game of the Year, and I hope it wins that, but Clair Obscur had better be on their list for Ultimate Game of the Year, or whatever little credibility that this shitty award show has left will be flushed down the toilet. All they have to do, all that the Golden Joysticks has to do, is nominate Clair Obscur and let the gamers handle the rest. I can pretty much promise that this game will win any voting that comes from gamers. But anyhow, let's look now at this award that Expedition 33 did already win at the Asian Gamescom. This article here comes from the outlet videogamer.com, which I will link in the description, and the headline tells us that Clair Obscur has won its first Game of the Year. The article says here, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 just won the coveted Game of the Year prize at the massive Gamescom Asia x Thailand game show event. This is the first Game of the Year awarded to Clair Obscur so far, but it's presumably the first of many, as Clair is predicted to win more before 2025 ends. The event in Thailand drew a massive crowd of over 206,000 attendees, and Clair Obscur Expedition 33 dominated the night by taking home the most trophies. Not only did Sandfall win Game of the Year, they also won Best RPG, Best PC/console game, and the most popular. Below is the full list of game industry winners, and if you go down that list, you will not see a single mention of the likes of Ghost of Yotei or Assassin's Creed Shadows, despite the fact that the Japanese people and other Asian people supposedly loved those games due to their supposed realistic reflection of Asian cultures. But the fact that neither of them are on this list is a sign that yes, Asian people are still sane. Good for them. Anyways, the article then says, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is predicted to win more Game of the Year awards before 2025 wraps up. It is currently leading the most amount of nominations for the Golden Joystick Awards, and it is seeking an historic Grammy nomination for the video games industry. Of course, the biggest event is Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, scheduled for December 11th. There are no nominations yet, but Clair Obscur Expedition 33 seems a shoo-in for Game of the Year and many other categories. And just to give you an idea as to how much people are in the corner for this game when it comes to the Game Awards, look at this post here from the official Game Awards X account. They asked, which games would you like to see nominated for Best Score and Music at the Game Awards in December? And now, I know that this isn't for the Game of the Year award, but still, just look at the response from people. It is a wall of gamers posting that they want to see Clair Obscur, and that's the only game that they care about in this category. The only game that really deserves, in my opinion, to even be mentioned alongside Clair Obscur in the conversation for Best Title is Hollow Knight Silksong. And the crazy thing about that statement is the fact that both of these frontrunners, in my mind, come from smaller studios. Expedition 33 had less than 50 developers working on it at a small AA studio, and Hollow Knight had 3 people that worked on that game. Clair Obscur costs $50 to purchase, while Hollow Knight is a $20 game. Both of them are obliterating the notion in gaming that you need to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on development and marketing with hundreds and hundreds of developers working on the game in order to receive acclaim. Because here's the problem with too many of these studios these days: what they are attempting to create often doesn't have fun as its main priority. They want acclaim. Specifically, they want critical acclaim from the game journalists, and in order to do that, they often fit in weird, progressive narratives in the game, or they spend a shitload of money and resources animating and detailing out little details that gamers don't give a shit about. I personally don't care if I can see the tiny whiskers on some character's face if I pause the game and look really close. All I care about is the actual gaming experience. And these 2 games, Clair Obscur and Hollow Knight, are showing that investing resources properly and worrying solely about gaming experience rather than impressing some mainstream media person, they are showing that this is the way to achieve maximum acclaim from both the media and gamers alike. But I'm gonna leave it there. Is there any other game that deserves recognition above or at least at the same level as Clair Obscur this year? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.